Hello and welcome to another Retro Core, and today we are out in the great outdoors. And why is that? Well, that's because I want to tell you about my new toy. This is the Oukitel WP20. Let's check it out. So the WP20 is perfectly fine here on the floor, and that's because it's got waterproof and dustproof ratings of IP68 and IP69. Not bad at all. I also like the way that it's running Android 12, and it has a 6300 mAh battery, so that's going to last an awful long time. Processor wise, it's not that hot. It's got a MediaTek 6761, but it does have 4GB of RAM and 32GB of ROM. Plus you can also put SD cards into it up to 128GB. So taking a look at the top of the machine, you can see we've got the camera module, and it's protected by these little notches on each corner. This is so when you put it down on a flat surface, the camera's actual lenses do not get scratched up, which I think is pretty good. The actual casing of the machine is all hardened plastic with this little glass bit in the middle. It feels quite nice to the touch, and we have a nice little hook here so we can put a lanyard around it. On the side here you can see we've got the SIM tray and the the custom button I should say, not the power button. At the top we've got a plugged up headphone jack, and on this side we've got the volume rocker and the power button. And of course on the bottom we've got the Type-C USB connection. And let's give those IP ratings a test by covering the phone in water. I think the phone thinks the water is actually my finger. It seems to be activating certain items on the screen. So here we are taking a look at the front camera video quality. It's quite an overcast day today, but for some reason the sun's still doing my eyes in. But yeah, it's 1080p, 30 frames per second, and yeah, seems to do a pretty decent job. Let's check out the back camera video quality wise. And here we are checking out the back camera. So all the sound and video you're seeing is coming from the Oukitel WP20. And yeah, seems to be doing a reasonable job. Again, it's 1080p, 30 frames per second, so you're not going to be getting your 4K 60 frames. But that's not what this phone is about. This phone is a rugged outdoor beast. Just changing the contrast there for the sky. Put it on auto, see what it does. Yeah, seems to be able to cope with that pretty well. Maybe. Anyway, but as I said, the main feature of this phone is not the camera. Okay, so here we are, we're back in the house and we've got some games running on this. This is Asphalt 9. So let's see how it handles it. This is a new game, a new Android game, and you know, if it runs this, then that's not bad at all, considering this is a cheap device and it is not made for gaming. This is basically, as I mentioned just before outside, a rugged, throw it about, get it dirty, put it in the sand, drop it in the ocean, whatever type of phone, but it's not made for taking great photos and playing games. But let's just see how it handles this. Alright, so as you can see, this is working pretty well. Not too bad. It's fairly stable frame rate wise. We've got a lot going on as well. Where's my boost? There it is. Oh, we got a bit of a pause there. But not too bad. It seems to be working reasonably well. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, was it? Some little stutterings as the menu's popping up there, but not too bad overall. Okay, let's get out of that. And let's take a look at some emulation on this device. So I've got a couple of emulators on here. We'll start off with PlayStation, or DuckStation in this case. Now, let's see how we go with this. We'll go with Harmful Park first. Okay, as you can see, I've been trying this out already. And it handles it just fine. Look at that. Super smooth. And extremely responsive. But how about a 3D PlayStation game? Well, we could try that out as well. Let's take a look. And yeah, our analog controls are working and I've crashed. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's like on a real PlayStation. This is not the most fluid game out there. And this is pretty much what it looks like. Here we go with some PSP emulation. This is Ridge Racer. A game I really like testing on these devices. Now I've gone and switched off all the buffer rendering, so this should run quite smooth. Let's take a look. Alright, looking good so far. And we've got no skipping. That is a good sign. Where's my brake? Now I think you could say that that is moving quite well. Nice and smooth, isn't it? See if we get a little stutter here. No, we didn't. Good.
Presented by Sega. Developed by AM2.
So here we go, taking a look at some Sega Dreamcast games, and we're going to be playing one of my favorites, Propeller Arena. Unfortunately...
Propeller Arena! Aviation Battle Championship.
Yeah, thank you for interrupting me there. Unfortunately, a game that never got released, but yeah, we're going to go and have a game of this. Now let's see if the audio is going to skip like crazy now when I select my character.
Choose your favorite plane.
Oh, no. Okay. That's pretty good. A little bit of pausing there, but not too bad. Ooh, yeah.
Welcome to Aviation Battle Championship.
Now, I'm running this on default settings. I haven't changed any of the settings yet in the emulator, so this is a pure default. And yeah, we're getting some audio skipping there, aren't we? Speed seems okay, but the yeah, the audio is really messed up. So let me go into the options and see if we can fix that. Well, no matter how much tweaking I did on Propeller Arena, I couldn't get the audio fixed. So let's give another Dreamcast game a try. This is Cannon Spike. Nah, the sound's messed up on this too. Your speed is fine, just like Propeller Arena was. But the sound is juddering. And because I'm using a free version of Redream, I can't change any of the settings. So unfortunately, this phone maybe is not capable of doing Dreamcast. Or at least not on the emulator's default settings. And yes, I did try Raycast as well, and Raycast is even worse. Now you may have noticed when I was flicking through the different emulators that we do have the Dolphin emulator on here. But you know, if this is not going to run Dreamcast, there's no way it's going to run Nintendo GameCube and Wii games. Let's be realistic now.
Warning!
Warning is right, because this is not going to work. Let's just see if it'll play the introduction first. Yeah, it's kind of playing it, but it's not exactly smooth, is it? And that's just video footage. Yeah, so pressing start, and yeah, it's not going to run, is it, at all? That's terrible. But it's to be expected. Now, one thing I'd like to show you that I didn't get to show you while I was outside is how this custom button here works on the side. So it's very easy to set up. You just go to the options or the settings, and we go to the custom key function. And here we got a one press and a long press. So for one press, we've actually got it set up to run DuckStation. But for long press, we've got it set up to run nothing at the moment. So we can just select an application from here. And let's see, we'll set it up so the camera comes on when we hold down the custom key. So let's go back to the main screen here. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly press the customizable button. There you go. And it's launched DuckStation. Now if I hold that button down, it should launch the camera. There you go. Launch the camera. So you can actually customize this button to any app on the phone. It doesn't really matter. Oh, and there you go. You can see what's filming this. So that's my new toy, the Oukitel WP20. Now, as I've mentioned multiple times already, this is not a gaming phone. Although, you know, this is a gaming channel, so we're going to show some games. But yeah, the main reason for this is to have a phone which is durable. It's not going to break if it gets wet. It's not going to break if you drop it. It's not going to break if it gets buried in sand. That's the idea of this phone. I mean, it's got okay cameras on it. I mean, they do the job. You're not going to get any stellar photos or stellar videos with it, but you know, not too bad. The screen itself is bright. It's easy to see outside in the sun. And yeah, the actual casing of the phone is rock solid. One other thing I do like about this is it has reverse charging. So, you know, if you do have another device and it needs a bit of power, you can get power from this phone. You can use this phone to charge another portable device. So maybe, for example, my main phone here. This is my Xiaomi Mi Note Pro 10 or whatever it is. Let me just open this up. Now, if this ran out of power, I could use this to charge it. And also, let's take a look at the screen side by side. This is a Super OLED screen. This isn't. But side by side, they don't look too bad, do they? I mean, this looks pretty good, considering it's a lesser technology than this. And the main thing about this phone, if it was expensive, I wouldn't recommend it. But it's cheap. It's reasonably priced. And for the price it cost, and for the durability you get, I could certainly recommend this. I'm going to use this a lot over summer when I'm out and about. If it gets knocked, dropped, wet, I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's going to be fine. So anyway, I'll put a link in the video description down below if you want to check out one of these phones. And yeah, until next time guys, take it easy and keep on gaming. See ya.